morning, and we want to welcome you to the April edition of the Cannon County Chamber Connection. And of course, we have our guests here today, and we want to thank the people that made this possible, and that's My DTC3. And I have my co-host here, who is Connie Rigsby.
Yeah, glad to be here in April.
Carolyn Motley, and Winter's here again.
Just today, Carolyn, just today, it's cool. We've had to put our jackets back on.
It has. I walked out there this morning, I thought, whoa, I'm going back in. The wind's cold. It is.
Well, we were expecting it. This is all those blackberry winters.
Dog ran across the road winters and all them.
All of those that everybody comes up with winters. This is one of them. We just keep marking them off
Well,
until we
it's
get
not locust. Locust is blooming. Well, it may be. I don't know about blackberry winter. I haven't seen any blackberry bushes blooming.
It's Easter, and usually Easter is cool.
That's exactly right. So it's Easter winter.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies.
Sorry, but that's what it is. But it'll warm up pretty soon, and we've got a lot of things going on in April. And the next couple of months, this is the big time for here in Cannon County. So we are going to tell you a little bit about what's going on for you to come out and visit our beautiful county here. Big old Woodbury.
We have a lot of things going on here.
Yeah. So let's talk about something that's coming up, and we've got a special guest with us here. This is an annual event, third, fourth annual?
Six.
Oh my goodness, this has been going on for
Doesn't
a little
seem
while.
that long, huh?
But we have been roasting folks here in Cannon County.
It's called cannibalism.
But that's what we've been doing over for our friends at the library. And this year, our honored guest is Mr. Arnold Smithson. He is going to be roasted.
He is the roastee.
Yeah, and
this year.
that's Charlie called me and asked me if I would accept this, and I said, well, Charlie, I feel like I've been in the frying pan all of my life, and I said, I guess roasting me one night probably wouldn't hurt. So I'm kind of looking forward to it, but I'm kind of dreading it too, because my nephew, Greg Rogers, is going to be one of the roasters, and there's no telling what Greg's going to come up with. And I can just imagine, because I was talking to my sister yesterday, and I said, have you been talking to Greg? She said, yes, but I'm not going to tell you. He can tell you at the roast. So I can just imagine what's going to happen. And Tina, my wife, was down at the bank yesterday, and she said, Tim told her, said, tell Arnold that I've got a great big can of barbecue sauce that I'm going to put on him when we get him roasted. So I've got a lot to look forward to.
Well, you know what? We may medicate Greg for his speech is slurred or something. I know why you won't understand.
Well, you know, this is a fundraiser, so he may be hoping that you'll slide a little bit of money his way to go to the cause at the library, so that, you know, they can raise some more funds, and you can keep him quiet for a little bit longer.
Well, you know, this is going to be a big expansion. What, $1.2 million expansion for a library,
Right.
and they have raised this money. There's been no government or county money that has gone into this. This has been raised by fundraisers such as this, and this is the sixth one. And I think they've done a great job, and they're getting ready to break ground on it, aren't they?
Real soon. I really think Cannon County is one of the most fortunate counties could be to have a library like they've got now. But even with what they're getting ready to do, it's going to make it even better. You know, they got a real problem with parking.
They do.
Like they do now. But when they get the new addition on, they're going to have more parking. And a few months before we got out of the store, we did a little deal with the library. If you bring your library card by the store, you'd get a free book of coupons that was valued at $50, plus you would get $5 off on your groceries. And you know, we was really shocked of how many people used the library in Cannon County, because they would bring their cards in and get one of these books. And I told my wife, I said, man, this is one of the best deals that we've had for, you know, something for the county. And people was really tickled. And I never dreamed about that many people going to the library, and they would come in and show the card, and we'd give them the coupon. Even the kids would bring one in if they had the card. We'd give them
Some
one.
candy bars in there.
Right,
There's
yeah.
a few candy bars for
And
them to come get.
that went over real well, and I think when they get the addition on the library, and we're, like I say, we're fortunate to have the library, and thanks to the Adams for getting it started for the Cannon County.
Right. And then and we've outgrown it, and we even have a branch in Auburn Town now, a branch library, and I think they stay busy too. They have a lot of events there. Their summer events for children are great. They have a lot of computers that you can use, and I believe they're going to add on to that. But one of the things I get the most calls for regarding our library is the, well, not just our library, is the genealogy department, because everybody's looking up their ancestors. Now, you have to be careful what you wish for there, but anyway.
You never know what you'll find.
That's exactly right, but there's a lot of people that are interested in that, and we have a great genealogy department out there, and people that will help you. I'm probably one of the last people you need to call about that, but I would say that even if you had lived here all your life, you probably weren't alive in the 1800s, and some of these people want to go back that far. And I thought, look, I can't even hardly remember what happened 10 years ago, much less 110.
But that's the big thing about
But it is.
our library. The expansion is going to open up a lot of programs. I know they're going to have a large computer room for folks to come in. It's going to expand for their books. They work with a lot of different
Wi-Fi.
programs. They got Wi-Fi. They're going to have several things, space for children's programs. I think it's going to be a really good addition to the community.
Oh, I
And
do.
these events help that out. And so this event is going on April the 19th.
Right,
Tickets are still available.
right.
And you can call where to get those tickets?
Charlie Harold.
Charlie Harold.
And I don't
I
have
think the
to
library
argue
too, you can
that,
call the
Charlie.
library, Charlie Harold, and then they have something that you can get out of the cooler that you can fill out and send in.
They do. And you know, even if you're out of town, I'm sure there's people out there that have come in and shopped at Piggly Wiggly when Arna was the owner, or knows Arna from showing your car with him, because Arna wears lots of hats, and one of them is show cars and trucks. And so, you know, if you want to see him roasted, and I'm sure his nephew will have a whole lot to say, y'all need to come on down. The tickets are $25. And the person you can call the chamber, and I can direct you in the right direction. But if you need to call Charlie Harold, it's 615-542-1289.
And Carolyn, I think that this roast, we'll probably get more laughs out of it than any that we've had. I know we've had a lot of good ones,
We have.
and
I'm looking
I've
forward
enjoyed
to
them.
it.
And I told Charlie, I said, now Charlie, I'm not a speaker. And he said, well, you don't have to. All the other boys is gonna do the talking for you. But I said, well, I got a few things that could, just come out and tell me about the store and things like that. And I said, well, I can guarantee you one thing, we'll get some laughs. So if you want to get some laughs, you come on out and we'll have a good time.
Well, one thing that Arna can tell you, and we were talking about this before the show, Arna was the recipient of a basketball in the face at one of the basketball games, and so he's an expert on what it sounds like when you get hit, because he got hit right smack in the face. And this is after years of supporting all sports in Cannon County, because Arna has, and so I have to brag on him a little bit, but it did kind of break your nose and
Oh,
black your
broke my
eyes.
nose, broke my glasses.
Quite a bit of damage there.
That's right, yeah.
But you know what? When this happened, they took him back in the locker room, and I don't know if they just threw a little water in his face or exactly stopped the bleeding or what. Brought him back up, and he stayed for the rest of the game.
Well, Teddy Taylor kept saying, Arna, we'll take you home, we'll take you home. I said, Teddy, I come over here to see the ball games, and of course I had blood all over my shirt, so they went and got me a Cannon County shirt. After I got my nosebleed stopped, I got the shirt on and went back out and watched 3 more ball games.
Hey, and that's a true fan.
That's
I
a
say
fan,
That's a true
yeah.
fan. Yeah, that's a,
I
absolutely
really
true fan.
didn't even know that he had been hit until I seen him at the store the next day, and he's taped up, and he's got black eyes, and I thought, whoa, Arna said something to one of the mothers at the ball game, and she's just worked him over, I think is
Or the
what's
refs,
happening.
one or the other.
No, the ref's not gonna say nothing.
So I've got a friend that I used to sit, well, I mean, Tim Spry, I always said it with Tim at the ball game. So now, Tim is a real good friend. He sits in front of me. He is my shield.
He's your shield.
And blocks the shots, don't he? And you really haven't moved up that high, have you? I
No,
thought
no.
sure they'd seen you at
Well,
the
you know,
top of the bleachers.
Tim's a pretty good sized feller, so you can sit beside him and he catches all the balls that gets loose. So
Well,
I'm
proud.
protected pretty good with Tim. I
Well, we're-
appreciate him sitting in front of me now.
Well, we're excited. I think just from listening to you, it's going to be a fun night, and we want everybody to come out to the library's roast of Mr. Arm Smithson. And, you know, with the Piggly Wiggly brand in the past, I'm sure there's going to be some Piggly Wiggly jokes and,
Oh, yeah.
you know, putting you really on the roaster for that evening.
Yeah, we'll come up with something, and like I say, we'll have a good time. And I think we'll probably have as good a time at this one. Of course, I'm not bragging or anything like that, but we're gonna have a real good time.
Sounds like it.
We will, because I've got a few things that I want to tell that people would like to hear, and some things that's happened in the store in the past that you never forget. And so I want to share those with everybody.
I've always said people that work for the public all their life should all write books
Yeah.
at the end of that, because they would
Yeah.
be bestsellers, because it's amazing.
There's some that I'd like to tell, but I can't.
See, those are the ones we want to hear now, doesn't it?
Well, it depends on what they rate your book there, you know, you may have that rating to the back of the
Yeah.
book or something.
But I'd like to personally invite everybody out, and all the money that's taken in goes towards the library to help on the new expansion, and I think it will really be good when they get this going.
Oh, I do too. And you know, our library is right on one of my favorite streets in Woodbury, on College Street. Beautiful street with older homes and everything. But you know, it's not a standout. Really, it blends right in. But with additional parking, you won't have to park on the street.
Right.
So that's a good thing too. And the library is a good thing. It's good for our community, and you don't want to give up reading books. I don't care what they come out with. You don't want to give up reading books.
Sounds
So
like you're not
that's-
an e-book person.
No, you know, it's hard to fall asleep with that thing in your hand. With a book, you can just let it fall.
Let it fall and you'll find it. Well, we expect to have big things on that night, but we've also got some other events coming up this month, and we've got another special guest in with us, and talking about living on College Street. She
That's
lives just
right.
right down the street from the library. Miss Lois Lammer is in with us today, and she's all in her pretty green today and all dressed up, ready to go. But she's got a big event coming up, and they've been working on it, several meetings that you've had, and Relay for Life, and it's a big cause for you.
It is. We have been working on this. I think this is their 16th one that we've had. And this is going to be one of the bigger ones. But we have 13 teams this year, so
Wow.
I'm really tickled
That's a
about
lot
it.
of teams, really.
It is. Yeah, we have 13, so that could be unlucky. So if there's anyone out there that thinks that
Be that 14th team.
14th, come on and join us. But it's May the 4th. We start at 6 o'clock. And I'm going to tell you who the teams are, so that
that'll
you'll
be
get
good.
recognition. Okay, Huff and Puff is doing one this year, and this is their first one. The Woodbury Grammar School is doing one. Melba's Mavericks, that's Miss Melba Chansey. She had a team as long as she lived, and her kids and family's taking that over. Joanne's Butterflies, that's Joanne Hancock. Everyone remembers Joanne. And they're getting a real good team up there over in Gazaway. Billy Joe's Jokers, that's Billy Joe Mathis's team. Stones River Hospital, the Cannon County Cheerleaders, the Fuquay Fighters, Woodbury Medical Center. It's been a long time since
They've done a
did
team.
one. And Julia Williams Adams family. I really don't know the name of their team. I think they're just going to call it the Adams family team. Phil's team, that's Phil Hollingsworth. He passed away a few years ago. And Gina Canada's team. I don't know what the name of it is. And the Cannon County Rook Club is having a team this time.
Wow.
Right, I'm all excited about that.
You worked that
everyone-
group up.
I did. So everyone that would like to play rook, come on out. We're gonna have,
Rook.
Rook and
we'll have
walk. You're gonna rook and
then
walk.
Right.
When you lose, you have to do a lap. That's exactly. When you lose a game, you have to do a lap.
What other events do you have that would bring the public other than in the support of the Cancer
Well, we have
Society?
a lot
Because
of musicians that's coming out. The Gilly Boys is gonna be there. Everyone enjoys them, I think. And there's several gospel groups. And then, I really forgot.
now, each one of these teams, I know years ago the drugstore, when it was still in business, did one. And it seemed like each team would have a specialty that they were gonna do.
They
Either
did.
they would, we had games and this
Yeah,
sort of thing.
each
Some
team
people
has-
cooked.
Each team
had
has
food.
different things, and they're all cooking this time, as far as I know. So,
Well.
come on out and
Food.
eat. We'll have lots of food, and it's really a good event.
And this will be at Dillon Park
Dillon
again
Park,
this year.
yes. Same
So they can
place.
go on the walking track and keep going
Keep
around.
going, they can eat and then walk again.
And walk it off. Well,
Walk
that's
it
the
off.
perfect thing, eat and walk it off. You can do it
That's
all
right.
at the same time. But
That's
this is a very special event, I don't know of anybody that's out there even watching or listening to us that can't name somebody that has been touched by cancer in their life.
And it
so
seems more
each,
and more.
yeah, more and more. And so each of us that, if you're out there and you want to have a team, maybe it's someone in your family that you want to honor and get a team together. I bet you can get a hold of Miss Lois, and she will be glad to get that 14th team on the
I
list.
sure
And she can give you all the instructions on where to be, when to be there, what you need to do to support this great cause. Because this is a big thing. This is all over the United States are doing these races and walks right now. So you're seeing a lot of that. And I know Lois has been working on this for quite a while. And
How many years, Lois?
16, did
I
you say?
think 16.
Wow.
Wow,
For
I
the
thought it was
relay.
longer than that.
But I've been working with Cancer
Right, I was
Society
gonna
for-
say that may be the relay.
I think I tell this each time, but I was in the courthouse in 1962,
Okay.
and Marshall Duggan and Robert White Hawkins, R.W. Hawkins, he came in and they said they was always ahead of the Cancer Society because Marshall's daughter had cancer at one time, and he really always worked hard with it. So they said, we're having a ham breakfast. Would you be willing to help us? And of course, I'm one that can never say no. Then I said, well, sure, I'll be glad to help you. So I've been doing it ever since. Since 1962.
They were looking for somebody to take over, huh?
I know. And every time when they tell me they will, then
Yeah.
something happens and they back out.
No.
Well, when you got a good thing going, you want to stay with that.
Well, I
You know,
know,
you've
I
got a good
know.
thing going, you want to keep with that.
That's
So,
true. And we have some good sponsors too. Woodbury Insurance is their major sponsor. They've done that for years. And Joanne was always really, really big in that. And then Travis, her grandson, he still continues to do what she did.
yeah, that's,
That's one thing she made him promise, that he would continue doing the Relay for Life. So he has done that. Stones River Hospital, they're another good sponsor. Middle Tennessee Electric. And I'm hoping we have another one or two that I think is going to come on board this time for sponsors.
yeah.
We also have T-shirts. If you raise $100, you get a T-shirt free. And
Connie has a lot of T-shirts. She'll probably raise $100. She likes T-shirts.
I wore my special T-shirt. I've been
That's
over
right.
to the distillery this last weekend, or last 2 weekends, in fact, trying to get my moonshine for the last couple of weeks. It's been running out up there on the mountain. But that would be a good group too. So that would be a good group.
And I have talked to him about sponsoring, and so he may.
He's kind of got his hands full right now,
That's what he told me. That's what he told me.
getting everything kicked off and
Right.
everything. But the Relay for Life is coming up. That is May the 4th is the relay. And again, you've got all the opportunity. You've got plenty of time to get a team together.
What time do your team set up, Lois?
Oh, they start setting up about 12, but it's, the kickoff is at 6.
Okay,
so they can
Oh, we also have luminaries too.
Yeah.
So you can get a luminary in memory of or in honor of one of your loved
And those will
ones.
light the track?
We light the track, and we light them about 9 o'clock and have a ceremony, and that's really touching to read off all the names of the ones that passed away. And then we have the survivor lap, and it's just really
We've
good
had a lot of
program.
people in Cannon County that all of us know sitting here that have survived. We've had a lot that passed away,
Yeah.
but we've had a lot that have gone through that and survived.
And not many families in Cannon County that has not been touched some way with cancer.
Really?
Absolutely correct. So again, get out there, get a walking team together. It doesn't take much to pull a team together. You've got somebody in your family that you're wanting to walk for, and give Lois a call or either the chamber a call, and we can get you to the right place. And make sure that we're doing a really good fundraising opportunity here for our community. So,
You know, it would be nice if each church had their own team,
'cause I'm sure
that they could set up for
really
that.
worked on the churches to get them, and I just can't get them going. I don't know.
Well, I'm just saying, it
It
would
would
be
be
nice
great.
That
if
would be a
they
good
would
thing.
It
each
would be
have
great.
their own teams to work
And
on.
the Short Mountain School too, they had a teacher that retired and moved to Kentucky, and she wound up with cancer, and they're doing it. And I didn't have that down, the Short Mountain Grammar
hey, you
School,
do
but I
have 14. You do already
I
have 14.
do.
See, in the time of the show, we've done come up with the 14th team.
So the children at Short Mountain, they did their walk, and they've already raised $1,400.
Wow.
So that's amazing. That's a small school.
It is, and they have already turned in 1,400, I think, so.
Well,
great.
that's good. It really is. Well, we've got
Tons of things.
two good events right here, both helping worthy causes. Everybody needs a library, and everybody needs to help with the cancer fund, because that's how they do research, is through the money that's raised through things just like
It
this.
is, and they have come a long ways with that.
They have.
They really have.
I'm hoping someday they won't, there'll be something that says, hey, we can take care of this, but we'll see. But they have to do research in order to get there, so. And we appreciate both of you being here. And now we'll go on with the rest of the things, because we do have a lot of things still left in April, and we're going into May now. And of course, one of the biggest events for this month has been the grand opening, which will be the 14th for, the 21st for Short Mountain Distillery.
Ooh, and I brought,
And I've had so many calls.
This is what it looks
the
what it
thing
looks
right
like.
there, the real thing.
and like I said, I brought my T-shirt. I went up this last couple of weekends, and I had to go several times because they kept running out. But we got some of the moonshine, and of course we got our own T-shirt, and it's actually got the mules on the back, and excited to have them here. You can go up and get souvenir items. I know that I got some little stickers to go on vehicles to send out, and little shot glasses, and great bottles that can be going out to folks. And we got 4. We had several folks in the family that we got signatures for, and then I have some friends that are my husband's co-workers that are from Japan, and they wanted a bottle to take back with them. So
This is a part of history for Cannon County, whether they want to, whether you drink or whether you don't. And a lot of people don't, but it's still a part of history.
that might not ever be open, but it's going to be sitting there.
It is.
It's going to be sitting there for a while. But one of the things I will tell you, while I was up there, of course, Ricky Estes was there, and Jimmy was there, and they were just aglow. They were just so happy and telling, they were saying, we couldn't talk about this for a long time, and now we can, and telling the stories and everything, and they were just so happy, and you could just see it on their faces that they were so proud of all the work that's gone on up there, and it was just exciting to see. And I didn't even get to take the tour, and so that gives me another weekend to have to go back and take the tour.
I set up for the soft opening on that Saturday. I set up a table, an information table for the chamber. And I believe now it was open on a Friday, but the weather was bad.
It was cool.
Now Saturday, I believe they had 788 people that came through the door. Now that was for a soft opening, and of course they ran out of product both days because the soft opening is just what it is. They wanted to kind of put their fingers on what this was going to be like. Well, I think they found out, and they do have a great little tour. They have some people that can tell you stories that are interesting. The tour is interesting. At one time, we had a sheriff, I know y'all are going to be shocked at this, that made moonshine.
No.
And they'll take you, they'll take you right back there to where you still was. I'm going to tell you right there. But all of that is history, whether and way back when in Prohibition and everything. And of course, at one time, Al Capone came here and bought moonshine. And now, that's shocking, but he did. And all of this history is there. They can tell you about it. I had a lady tell me one time that way back in the day, if it hadn't been for moonshine and making baskets, they'd have starved to death. Mm-hmm. And I'd say at one point in our history, that was probably
That's
true.
probably true.
But,
All the products for everybody to see.
That's
Everybody's
right.
been asking you.
I get calls. There were people from Indiana there. There was people from Nashville, Memphis, Arkansas, that had come in for that. I was really surprised, to tell you the truth, at the group of people. And they have big plans for the future. Additions to the trails and the information about it. And, I won't go into that because I don't want to steal their thunder. But they do have big plans for the future. And I think from the tourism standpoint of any county, that if Jack Daniels can do that for Lynchburg, Short Mountain Distillery can do that for Cannon County. And I have nothing against tourism coming to this county. Nothing against
When
that.
they come, they spend money, and that
That's
makes our
right.
community a lot better, and we give them lots of things to do, because
Keeps
there
our
is a lot of
taxes
things
low.
to do.
There is.
In fact, I had a lady come in to our center this week, and she's from a couple of counties over, and she says, I tell people at church all the time, I just take a Saturday and I go to Woodbury, and they go, what do you mean you go to Woodbury? And she said, there's a lot of things to do there. She said, I go to the art center and I take a tour of the museum and see what's on the art that's on display. She said, I go around to a couple of the antiques. I go have lunch and look at the beautiful countryside, because it's such a beautiful drive-in. She said, there's
We
just
got
tons
the
of things to
Readable
do.
Mill, who serves a great breakfast.
So, lots of things for you to do. And we've got some fun things coming up. We've got the Stones River Relay. And I know there's been a lot of work put in on this. So if you're one of these, it's almost like a triathlon type thing.
It
You're going to be
is.
biking, you're going to be running, and you're going to be paddling in a canoe.
Canoeing. 22 miles altogether.
So if that sound, you don't have to do all 22 miles. I think that's what we were told the last time. You can do different if you're just a biker and you want to do the biking part, or you like to run.
Or if you want to have a team and one of you.
Yeah, you
run
get one
off.
person that's a runner.
I will tell you one thing, it's all downhill.
Yeah, it
You
is.
start at the top of Short Mountain
And come all the way
and
down.
you come all the way down to the Readable Mill.
So it's a
That's
fun
22
event,
miles.
and that is coming up on April the 14th. And if anything, you want to come and see this. That's the biggest thing. I want to see everybody getting in the boats, going down the river.
Well, I've got a grandson who has I'm not sure if he's going to try it all or just a part of it, but we have an outdoor club at the high school, and they do a lot of hiking, and Mr. Mark Larson is the teacher of that, or their sponsor, and he's really into the 5Ks and the hiking and the kayaking, and so my grandson has learned to kayak, and he's smitten with that. He thinks that that's something that he needs to
I don't
do
think it would be
as
something for me, but
as employment when he gets
Oh.
older.
It's all downhill. I'd like to do that.
I probably
as long
would
as
be.
you can float, that's all.
I was gonna say, I probably wouldn't be in the kayak by the time I got down there, but yeah.
But I think that's going to be a fun event that brings in a lot of folks to our community.
People love 5Ks.
And so it's a little kind of I think it's a little kind of quirky that you do all three things and come on down. You've got a beautiful, beautiful scenery as you go all the way down from the Short Mountain area.
You're gonna see wildlife.
Through River Road, and then all the way through town, and then out to the Art Center, and then down the river. So, lots of things.
right.
That you'll get the full view of Cannon County on this.
You're
So-
right.
You'll get the full view of
You
Cannon
will.
County for this event. But again, that's coming up April the 14th. You can still get your team in, and you can go to the Stones River Relay website, or I guess call Carolyn at the
Right,
the
it's just
chamber.
easier to call a chamber and I can just direct you wherever you
Get
need
you
to
some
go.
forms mailed out to you. And welcome back to the Cruise Inn. If you've got an antique vehicle, I know this is to Arna's heart.
Oh,
that
yeah,
all
Arna fit right in there.
for your vehicles, but the Cruise Inns are starting back on April the 21st from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. on the square. Now, this is no cost. You bring your vehicle in, set it up, sit around and talk about your vehicle.
That's or somebody else's.
And it's a really good evening. We have music going on. I know there's a 50-50 shot that night.
That's right.
And
you'll
you
have
can
door prizes.
Door prizes, and you can go around and shop some of the shops on
Well,
the square and
As long as
have
they're
dinner, and they'll be
Open.
open.
We love to see the cars come in. We do.
Yeah, the cruise ins has really took off everywhere. People, it's not a pressure type thing. You go to a car show, you gotta clean them up real good to be judged, and you gotta pay to enter and all this stuff. So the cruise in, you know, you just come and sit around and talk and just enjoy everything.
And you might get a door prize.
That's right, and if you get ready to go, well, you just leave. You know? So it's a fun thing to go to the cruise in.
Yeah.
It's fun to bring the kids. I am always excited about, my son is 18, 19 years old, but still like to go and look at cars and the
yeah.
muscle vehicles. They're always so pretty. And a lot of folks just bring in pieces that they're working on to talk with folks where they get parts and different types of things. So that's always a good
At
thing.
our cruise in, we'll welcome anything. If you've got a
it
motorcycle or
rolls.
a half a motorcycle, or if you can drag it in there, we're gonna let you sit up. So it's okay.
Yes. And another thing that's going on, FFA is going to be having their annual alumni ham breakfast and plant sale. So it's getting close to that time of the year. I know they've been working on this, and we've had someone here in the community that's been honored greatly with.
Yes, Courtney Nichols
He
has
won a
won
truck.
He sure did.
He did, a beautiful truck. But that was-
Toyota?
Yes, it was a gorgeous vehicle that he won for his work with that organization. And I'm sure he will have it there that day. He won't let you drive it, but he might have it there for you to look
And you
at.
can't set anything in it either. Just tell you right
But you can
now.
go up and buy some plants, have
You
some ham
can.
breakfast, and have a big time. And that is coming up also on that Saturday morning, the 21st. So
We've got
we've
three
a lot of things
things
going
on
on
the
that day.
21st. You've got the Short Mountain Distillery grand opening,
So go get you some ham before you go have you
and
some
then
shine.
you've got the,
And then
then
come
you
to the
got the
square.
alumni ham breakfast and plant sale, and then that evening, you've got the cruise in on the square. You can spend the day here, I'm
Yeah,
telling you.
all day
You
long
can
and have
just
a good
come in.
time, so.
Yes, you can.
But that is going on at the high school and just off of the main stretch through the town. And we will get you some breakfast and a plant. Take home to your loved
That's right.
one.
And they not only have beautiful ferns, they have a lot of flowering plants too. And I'm not sure if they have vegetable
You know,
plants
last
or
year they
not.
did.
Did they?
Last year they
Okay.
did. So if it's time for those
Get your
tomato
tomatoes
plants.
there too.
Tomato plants, so there you go. We'll be ready to go.
And all of that goes back into the school and to that part of FFA or whichever it is that does the
So
greenhouse
horticultural
exhibit.
department, whatever. The ag department.
And
Let's
yeah,
let's go
that's
back.
right. It goes back to the ag department and to that particular part of it.
But we also have, here in April, Duck Hunter Shoots Angel is on down at the Art Center. And as you might notice, we're not at the Art Center today, but we are here at the Senior Center, but they are getting ready for lots of activities down there. But that's coming up April the 13th through the 28th. You can still get tickets for that, and that is a very funny play.
Well, the people they've got playing it, Larry Sanders and who was the other one? You wouldn't think of Larry as being a comedian, but he's funny in that. He is.
It's a good play, and if you're wanting to have some fun, that'll be something that you need to go out and take a night and take the loved ones and go see.
Oh, yeah, and then they've got the Blue Porch Restaurant that's connected with the Art Center now. She has great food, and she's open other hours besides just during the performances at the Art Center.
She was telling me on Wednesday nights they're having fish.
Yeah, she has big plans. She also does a thing where you can call in, and each week she's going to feature a casserole type dish or something that they will prepare for you, and you take it home and bake it.
And then you can just put the flour on your face and look like you've been sweating and that you've
Oh,
made it
I
yourself.
thought she didn't tell me that.
So there's an instruction, and then you put it on the table and say,
This
"Dear,
hasn't
I
been
have
opened, has
slaved, I have slaved over this meal." But no, it's really from the Blue Porch. So
No,
I
she
haven't
has
opened
good
my bottle of shine yet.
Well, I thought when you were starting, I thought, Connie, you've been into that. Okay, and then the 25th, they have a one-night performance, and this is called Songwriters Night with Bobby Taylor. And they have a lot of musical performances down there that are very interesting. And then, of course, May 11th and 12th, and we have people that bring children in here from other counties, and we're glad to have them. But they're going to have Tales of a Fourth Grade Nothing.
And
And
this is
I'm
the
sure
children's
that's
series.
for a younger,
Yeah.
the younger set, but we have a lot of people that bring children in here. They'll go up and eat at the park. And then they'll come and they'll go to the plays, and that's great.
And I know, and I
That's
think
great.
one of the things that they're wanting to do down at the Art Center is when they get the farmers market built down there, and that you're close to the river, they'll have places where you can come and sit by that and have a picnic. And I think that's going to be something fun and a new addition that we're going to have to the community. And again, to all of those school teachers that are out there, if you're looking for something to do with your students.
If you don't have enough to do.
But once a year, a lot of them do their field trips and things. That's a great place to go, get a hold of the Art Center. And, not only is it educational, but it's not very far, so you're not going to be spending a lot of gas. And especially if you're in the surrounding counties, come out and check them out at the Art Center for that. So, good things.
All right.
Good things
And
going
then,
on.
of course, you're going into May now, and we've got a lot of things that happen in May, too. We've got the Spring Fling at the old feed store, and everybody loves that. And, of course, that's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, May 4th, 5th, and 6th.
It's the first weekend in May. Every first weekend in May, they have that. And I know Debbie and
Great food.
Mike have been working on that for a while. They've got the back porch fixed up so you can overlook the river. Go out. I think they'll have music there during
I
that
think
event.
she's hoping to open a restaurant in the, inside of the
By then.
antique mall, but I'm not sure when their opening's gonna be, but I know she's been working on it, so.
And then again, the Mule Skinners, the Middle Tennessee Mule Skinners Association will be having their mule show on May the 12th. And again, they're featured, I think some of their mules is featured on the shirts for the Moonshine
It
Distillery.
is, I believe they're on the back.
It's
They're
on
on
the
the
back of my
side?
shirt. Yeah, see, I have to see my back of my shirt. That's one of the reasons. See, I'll take my shirt off.
Telling you,
There you go.
she's been into this.
I've been into the shine, don't say that.
They have
people
little
talking
catchy
about
bags
me.
there too.
But that's one of the things, and the Moonshiners are going to, I think, be over there for the Mule Skinners Association show, and so that's coming up on May 12th.
I always tell them, I'm always amazed at Christmas time when the merchants have their open house. We have people, the mule skinners come in, and they'll have 2 or 3 wagons pulled by mules. People get so excited about that, and they'll go around and around the courthouse with
It reminds you
these
of New
mules,
York,
but
you
they
know.
get so
Except
excited
we have
about it.
mules instead of the, pretty horses. But that's coming up on the 12th, and
just
so if
gotta
you've got your own
imagine.
mule, and the Columbia Mule Days, Columbia's big
Yeah.
event was just this past weekend, so I'm sure if they've
And
won
they always
awards,
draw a crowd.
they
too.
draw a crowd and come down here, so I know our folks were up there, so that'll be fun. Of course, then you run into the next weekend, which is May 18th and 19th, and we have our big event for the Senior Center, which will be the Good Old Days and Cannonball events, and so we're excited to have that. We have a new, and I brought an example of it. This is our new logo for the Cannonball and Good Old Days events, and I really like it because it has the crowns for all the pageants. We do 13 pageants. We have the little guy over there with the guitar because we have live music. We have the little dogs with his awards for the dog show that we have. We have a parade. We have food vendors and craft vendors that'll be coming in. It's a good way to spend 2 days up on the square, no fee except to come and listen and have a good time. We have 2 stages. We have Main Street stage and Water Street stage that will be having events going on both sides of the square, and we really hope folks come out. May is Older Americans Month, and for us, for the Senior Center, we are the full sponsor for that event. And we're excited about that this year. We've had a committee working on that for the past 6 months, trying to get this all pulled together. And if you're out there and you have a craft that you'd like to sell, or you're a food vendor, or you have a daughter or a grandchild that wants to be in one of the pageants, you
Or
have
a
a vehicle, a dog that wants to be in the dog show. I've got all the different forms. We color code them up. You know, this is for the parade, Arna. I'll give you one of those because you've got plenty of vehicles to put in there. And if you want to be in the baby show, you come by and get a pink form. If you want to be, and this one is the Junior Miss and Little Miss forms, and we have also the Miss Teen, and then the big one, the Miss Good Old Days. That's our 9th grade through 12th grade ladies that will be vying for Miss Good Old Days on Saturday night. So.
And you have a Miss Senior, don't
We
you?
do. We do a Miss Senior pageant now. That's going to be on, that kicks off the events on Friday, and we have a lot of our senior ladies that enter into our Miss Senior. Last year, Miss Wanda Mofield was our winner, and she was a beautiful winner. We've had several winners in the past, and it's always a fun event. Our seniors get out there and, you know, they show off a little bit.
They do.
They do show off a
Hey,
little bit.
listen, this is a lively group.
They are. It takes a lot to keep them in control. So.
Yeah.
But we'll be up there, and we've got a lot of events that we do always kick off the Good Old Days on Friday at 12 o'clock, ready to go. There'll be food vendors set up, so if you want to come out and have lunch with us, I know several of them. And so far, we've got barbecue. I know we've got one of these vendors that does those funnel cakes with the chocolate, and oh my goodness, we're going to gain 10 pounds just thinking about that. But just all kinds of food events.
You're having a 5K run.
We are doing a 5K run this year. This is one of the things. We're doing our Cannonball Run, and that will be going on Saturday morning, bright and early, kicking off everything. It will start at the Art Center. It'll make its loop around, and it'll be our first kind of into the 5K area. But if you're interested in that, you can go onto the Good Old Days website and get signed up for the 5K. We do have several other folks at the high school. We were very lucky to receive a grant that some of our students could actually enter the 5K really free and get their t-shirt and everything.
Oh,
and
that's
it's
good.
important to the community to get out. And you don't just have to do the 5K. You can do the 1 mile fun walk. And that might be me pushing somebody or
Do
something.
they have
I
one
don't
that
know.
says a block?
A block? You just go around the block, just walk around there?
Can I just walk
if
around
you
the
pay the
block?
fee, we'll get you a t-shirt and we'll let you just walk around, we'll wander
I can
around the
do
field
that.
down there a little bit. But that's the 5K run, the Cannonball 5K run. And a lot of folks have asked me about that. Of course, most people know, you know, the Good Old Days, kind of the theme line and everything. But something that we've been kind of trending forward is some of our events have specialty items and things that to do. So the Cannonball events are what we're taglining to those. And so come enjoy the Good Old Days at all of our Cannonball events.
There is never a dull moment. This is a Friday and a Saturday.
Yeah.
And of course, really the kickoff is Friday evening, right?
Well, yeah, Friday afternoon, well, like I said, we start out with the seniors entertaining everybody. The high school comes out and usually does, blows everybody away, and then we go right into our pageants that evening. And we have bluegrass music coming. We have some folk music this year coming. We have some great, the Rutherford County Cripple Creek Cloggers are going to be there on Saturday night. We will crown our teen pageant winner on Friday night, and then Saturday morning we start off with a baby show. All those lovely babies that are out there, and
I
if
don't
you got
know,
one of
I
them.
think the dogs outnumbered the babies.
Last year the dogs did outnumber the babies. Well, you know, well, baby of one kind or the other. But we have events for both of them, but you can get them entered. And then, you know, it always ends up for the evening. We have, we crown our Miss Good Old Days, and we have so many girls, beautiful women here in Woodbury, and so they come out and get in their finest and show off a little bit for everybody. So that's going to
And
be a
you
fun
know,
day.
if you're in the front and you don't like what's going on that stage, just walk around the back. There's something else going on
Yeah,
back
we've
there.
got
There
the
is.
karate
You've got
kids here in
games.
town that are going to be going, putting on a show. We have Toodles out of Murfreesboro that's going to be doing a little
Is the
fashion
dance
show.
studio gonna put on
The
something?
dance studio is going to be there. Miss Christensen has got everything. Miss California's got everything ready to go for her show. We also have one of the local churches that's going to have one of their children's choirs there
Oh, good.
singing. And of course, some local talent that will be on stage. We have some folks that are coming from all over that'll be in doing some entertainments for us.
So this isn't just a county thing.
No.
This is for everybody, so you get your friends.
So if you like
Bring 'em all.
gospel, country, bluegrass, a little bit of rock, a little bit of southern rock, and I'm really trying for my friends and everything out there to get us some 80 music this year. I've had a request now for the last 6 years to have an 80s rock group that will be coming, and so I'm that close to getting them signed up to be coming out and playing us some 80s music. So there's a big request for that, along with my bluegrass and my country. So we'll have them all taken
We aim
care
to
of.
please.
You've got to be a well-rounded group. So we've got plenty of stage space, and again, if you are one of those areas, food vendor, craft vendor, if you're an entertainer, give us a call, and we'll see if we can get you on a stage somewhere. So.
Well, I look forward to that. I've always looked forward to that. In the years we didn't have it, I missed it.
It is. It's
And
one of
so
those
it's a good
things,
thing.
you walk around the square and it's like meeting old friends. Folks come in for these events. You know, go ahead and dust off your lawn chairs, get your name written on the back of it. You can get it set up on Thursday afternoon, and maybe nobody will move it around the square. And so we're excited. It's something that we, our board feels really passionate about it. And again, with it being May and Older Americans Month, I think it's a really good tie that the Senior Center is sponsoring that event.
Well, the center is such a great part of the community and has grown so much that it takes a lot to keep something like this going. It does. And, you know, with everybody working together, this is a great fundraiser, and it's not like you're just giving something and not getting anything in return. I mean, there's a lot of entertainment here. You may not prefer all of it, but there's enough that you can pick what you want, you know, and it's just the fun of getting out, and it's like a fair atmosphere, you know. Everybody kind of likes that atmosphere. They like to go to the fair, so.
I think it's always
same
fun
thing.
to go around the square, and, and I can remember, when I was young, and your parents kind of let you,
Run
I
wild.
won't say I didn't want to run wild, but it was the only time of the year that my mother would go, okay, every time you walk around the square, just check in with me. It might take me 45 minutes to walk around the square, but it was, a little bit of freedom to be able to do that. You kind of felt grown up and everything, but it's a feeling that a lot of my friends shared and always look forward to, and for a lot of folks, it does bring back a lot of memories.
Well,
so.
Connie, you work hard on this, and I know you do, and I know that you're not the only one. Something like this takes a lot of planning, a lot of work by a lot of people.
We've got a
But,
nice group of committees. Wanda Hall is our chair for our parade, and she's doing a wonderful job at that. She's already got her color guard going. She's got her grand marshals for the parade, and she's really putting a lot of work into that. And this year, something new on that is you call and get one of the green forms, fill it out, and we'll give you a number. So the morning of the event, no fee or anything, you go and get in your spot. It's there. You don't have to go check in. You don't have to wander around and try to find somebody. You go get in your spot and you'll be ready to go. Tell, your group that's getting on your float or anything like that.
To be ready.
Be ready. We're float number 25. Find float 25 and drop them off, and they'll be ready to go. So we're excited. Colonel Stone is helping us with bringing in the color guard. The Army will be there with our color guard, and we've got a lot of folks. So we're looking for horses and buggies and
Mules.
I've got antique tractors already entered, mules and buggies and miniature horses. Floats, we want all of our businesses, if you're interested. Of course, the fire departments will all be out with their vehicles. And so get you a green form, have us mail you one if you would like, and get you a number, and so you'll be ready to go.
Works for
Lots
me.
of fun for that weekend.
Okay, now, if you've lived
Through that
through
weekend.
all of this, and you come up on Memorial Day, we also have another event that brings a lot of people into the community, and that's the Cannon County Walking Horse Association has their trail ride. their first one for that day. They have some other events. They have a big campground on Short Mountain. They meet at the fairgrounds in Woodbury, and they ride horses up to Short Mountain where they camp, and they have a dance, and they have horse shows up there and everything. So, you know, when we say we have a lot to do, when you sit down and list all of this, there's something for everybody. I mean, if you like cars, we got it. If you like horses, if you like mules, if you like moonshine, if you like anything.
Music.
You know, arts. The Art Center is a great place to visit. You know, we have some great restaurants. We've got some points of interest like the Readable Mill. It's great to go down there and see what Mr. Tom Brady has done with a mill that I thought was going to hit the ground. But it isn't, and it's going strong, and it's worth going to look at. So we have lots of things going on. All you got to do is just get a carload together and come on down here. And if you need to know what these events are, you can call the chamber, because every year I do a thing that is called What's Happening in Cannon County, and I'll be glad to send you one of these. And there's other things that I'm sure people don't get on here, because we also have mud
bogs.
Yes.
So you got mud bogs, you got the music,
So if
you
you'd
got
like
the
to get
arts,
dirty,
you know,
you can.
all of those different things. You know, the new library is going to offer for all of our little bookworm folks, and so lots of things going on. And so we invite you to come out to Cannon County anytime. Of course, in April and May, you've got almost every weekend. There's something that you don't want to miss.
And some weekends you have 2 or 3 things.
Yeah.
Like the 21st.
21st, spend all day here.
Yes.
So.
But like I say, we want to thank DTC3, my DTC3, and for letting us have this program and showcase Cannon County. And we want to welcome everybody into our community and hope you'll just come and see what's happening.
Happy Easter, everybody.